Some big news in baseball to start the weekend. Last night on Friday, Jacob deGrom signed a 5-year, $185 million contract with the Texas Rangers. The Mariners also made a trade with the Brewers for Colton Wong. They sent Jesse Winker and Abraham Toro to the Brewers. And then tomorrow is the start of the 2022 MLB Winter Meetings. Essentially, this is a meetup of all 30 teams and their minor league affiliates to talk and discuss. And this is typically where a lot of free agent signings and trade negotiations take place and are finalized. So this very well might be the start of the free agent signing frenzy.
Everybody stay calm.
What's the procedure, everyone? What's the procedure?
Stay calm.
Aaron Judge is rumored to be down to the San Francisco Giants and the New York Yankees, with maybe one or two mystery teams. And headed into his age 31 season, the rumor is that Judge is now hoping for a 9-year contract, which would take him through his age 39 season. Once he signs with the team, that very well might start the domino effect of the rest of the outfielders starting to sign their deals. Brandon Nimmo is a free agent. You got Andrew Benintendi, Jurickson Profar, Mitch Haniger, and others that very well might be signing at or around the winter meetings. And we haven't seen one of those big name shortstops sign yet in Trea Turner, Carlos Correa, Xander Bogaerts, and Dansby Swanson. Likely once one of them signs, the rest will follow soon after. And then last night we saw the #1 starting pitcher available come off the board in Jacob deGrom. Close behind him you got Justin Verlander, who's rumored to be talking with the Dodgers. Then behind him you got Carlos Rodon. This is a very strong starting pitcher free agent market. You got Jameson Taillon, you got Chris Bassett, Nathan Eovaldi. And then you have an interesting name and one of the best pitchers in Japan for the past few years. Kodai Senga is coming over to the MLB this year. We'll see who he signs with. Fastball gets up to 100 and he's got a nasty forkball. So let me know your predictions on where these free agents are going to sign, and let me know which players you want your team to sign. Looking back at past winter meetings, here's a few transactions that happened during these meetings that kind of gives you an idea of the scale of what might happen this weekend. At the 1988 winter meetings in Atlanta, the Texas Rangers closed 3 trades involving 15 players, and then they signed pitcher Nolan Ryan. At the 1992 winter meetings in Louisville, first-time free agent Barry Bonds was signed by the San Francisco Giants. And during this process, Bonds personally negotiated to have a hotel suite at his disposal during road games. On the last day of the 2011 winter meetings in Dallas, Albert Pujols, who had just won a World Series with the Cardinals, signed a 10-year, $250 million deal with the Los Angeles Angels. In 2014 at the winter meetings in San Diego, the Los Angeles Dodgers concluded 6 transactions with 4 teams, involving 19 players and a free agent. On back-to-back days during the 2019 winter meetings, Garrett Cole signed a 9-year, $324 million contract with the New York Yankees, followed by the next day, Anthony Rendon signed a 7-year, $275 million contract with the Los Angeles Angels. And then if you think back to last year, there were no winter meetings that took place because there was a lockout going on. But right before the lockout started, there was a frenzy of free agent signings. There was $1.4 billion in new contracts that were finalized the day before the lockout started. And some of those big names that signed just before the lockout: Corey Seager and Marcus Semien to the Rangers, along with John Gray to the Rangers, Robbie Ray to the Mariners, Max Scherzer to the Mets, along with Starling Marte, Kevin Gausman to the Blue Jays, Marcus Stroman to the Cubs, and Javier Baez to the Tigers. And then it was announced today, just a day before the winter meetings start, that Bryan Reynolds has officially requested a trade from the Pittsburgh Pirates. But the Pirates have come out after the fact and said that although the news is disappointing, this request will have zero impact on our decision making in this offseason or in the future. Our goal is to improve the Pirates for 2023 and beyond. With 3 years until he hits free agency, Bryan remains a key member of our team. We look forward to him having a great season for the Pirates. So we'll see how the saga between Reynolds and the Pirates pans out. He is currently the best player on their team and one of their franchise cornerstone pieces. So to have someone like him be requesting a trade and starting to open up about how he's not happy with the team, that can cause some chemistry issues in the clubhouse or with the franchise. So we'll see how long he still is a Pirate. Although I did have to put him in a Mariner jersey because he has been a centerpiece in mock trades for us for a while now. And if Jerry were to somehow convince the Pirates to trade Reynolds to the Mariners, they would have the best outfield in baseball with Julio Rodriguez, Teoscar Hernandez, and then Bryan Reynolds, but we'll see what happens this weekend. And yes, I know it would cost a lot in prospect capital to go and get Bryan Reynolds from the Pirates, although Mariners ownership and Jerry Dipoto and his team have shown that they would prefer to trade from their farm system and their top prospects. compared to going out and spending big dollars. Now, they could go sign Andrew Benintendi, someone like that. I'd be totally fine with that. Maybe they get Mitch Haniger for a 2 or 3 year deal. But if you're able to go get a career 127 OPS plus hitter, a 126 weighted runs created plus hitter, you should probably go do that and add them to your lineup. And like I've said in the past, prospects only provide value once they've performed on the big league level, unless you're able to trade them for big league talent like this. And that's why you had guys in your farm system like Noelvi Marte, Edwin Arroyo, Connor Phillips, Brandon Williamson, so that you can go get guys like Luis Castillo or like Eugenio Suarez or Teoscar Hernandez to help out your big league roster. If Reynolds does become available on the market at any point, every competing team will be going after him, so it will be very competitive. And we can argue until we're blue in the face whether or not the Mariners have enough firepower to get it done, but we'll see what happens. So let me know your thoughts on what's been going on the past couple days. Make sure to subscribe to the channel to stay up to date on all MLB offseason news. And I'll put a video right here to a video that you might be interested in.
All right, guys, goodbye, Sunday. Don't forget it.
Stop it.